Okay, I'm back from my new fancy teacher rocking chair in my kitchen too. We are going to start to read Junie B, first grader at last. All right, so we just finished. Junie B graduated from kindergarten, and now we're moving on to when she's a first grader. Also, if Champ barks, I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, and look. In this, it even says, Merry Christmas, Aaron Lee, from Grandma and Grandpa in 2001. So that tells you I've loved Junie B for that long. That's a long time ago. Okay, chapter 1 is called First Grade Surprises. And the books don't start the same way when she's in first grade. So it's a journal entry, and it says Thursday. Dear first grade journal, yesterday was the first day of school. It is new here. Today, my teacher handed out these journals. He's making us write in these things, only I don't even know what to write. My teacher has muscles and a mustache. His name is Mr. Scary. He made that name up, I believe. I'm not even scared of him. Hardly. From Junie B, first grader. I put down my pencil and I looked at what I wrote. I did a sigh. I would like to go home now, I said to myself. Shh, said a girl named May. I'm still trying to do my work. May sits next to me in the back of the room. I do not actually care for that girl. Just then, my teacher stood up at his desk. His mustache smiled real friendly. Okay, boys and girls, you can stop writing now, he said. As I told you earlier, we will be working in our journals quite often this year. In fact, it won't be long until your journal starts feeling like an old friend. I rolled my eyes way up at the ceiling. What kind of friend looks like a notebook? I said. Shh, said May again. You shouldn't talk while the teacher's talking, Junie Jones. I looked at her real annoyed. B, I said. My name is Junie B. I think I may have mentioned that to you before, May. I leaned even closer to her face. B, 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 I said. After that, I slumped in my seat and I put my head on my desk. I peeked at the other children who sit near me. Their names are Herb and Lenny and Jose. I do not know them from a hole in the ground. I did another sigh. First grade is not what it's cracked up to be. My room name is Room 1. I was nervous when I came here yesterday. That's how come Daddy had to carry me all the way to the classroom because my legs felt like squishy jello. He put me down outside the door. Well, here we are, Junie B, he said. First grade, at last. My stomach had flutterflies in it. Also, my arms had prickly goosebumps and my forehead had drops of sweat. I'm a wreck, I said. Daddy smiled, very nice. There's nothing to worry about, Junie B. I promise, he said. You're going to love first grade. Just think, there's a whole room full of brand new friends just waiting to meet you. He ruffled my hair. Are you ready to go in now? Are you ready to begin your first grade adventure? I looked at him a real long time, and then I quick spun around and I zoomed down the hall as fast as I could. Daddy zoomed after me. He caught up with me speedy quick, and he carried me back to my class. Only this time, he carried me straight into the classroom. As soon as he put me down again, I hid behind his legs. 'Cause that place was a zoo, I tell ya. There were people everywhere. There were girls and boys and mothers and daddies and grandmas and grandpas and drooly babies in strollers. Then, all of a sudden, my whole mouth came open. Because, good news, I finally saw someone I knew. I jumped up and down and all around. Daddy, it's Lucille. Remember Lucille? Lucille was my bestest friend from kindergarten last year. Lucille was standing at a desk next to the window. I ran to her in a jiffy, and then I hugged that girl, and I couldn't even stop. Lucille, it's me, it's your bestest friend from kindergarten, Junie B. Jones. I tried to pick her up. I'm so glad to see you, friend, I shouted real joyful. Lucille pulled my arms off of her. Junie B, stop it! You're wrinkling my new back-to-school dress. This thing cost a fortune. I stopped hugging her. Lucille smoothed and fluffed herself. I smoothed and fluffed her too. There, I said. Good as new. After that, I grabbed Lucille's hand and I started to pull. Come on, Lucille. Let's go find 2 desks together. We should sit near the door. Want to? Huh? If we sit near the door, we can stare at people who walk down the hall. Lucille yanked her hand away. No, Junie B. I'm going to sit at this desk right here, she said. I already picked it out with my 2 new best friends, Camille and Chenille, and she pointed to the door. See them over there? She said. I met them before you came, and they're saying goodbye to their mother. Aren't they precious? I looked at Camille and Chenille, and guess what? My eyes popped right out of my head. Because, wowie, wow, those girls were twins, that's why. I sprang way high in the air. Twins! They're twins, Lucille. This is our lucky day. I pulled on her again. Come on, let's go touch them. Hurry, before a line forms. Lucille did not budge a muscle. Stop it, Junie B. Quit pulling on me, she said. Camille and Chenille do not want to be touched. And besides, I'm their new best friend, not you. I looked surprised at that girl. Yes, but I can be their bestest friend along with you, right, Lucille? I asked. All I have to do is meet them, and then we can all be bestest friends together. Lucille shook her head. No, Junie B., sorry. You and I have already been best friends, remember? We were best friends for a whole long year. Now it's time for Camille and Chenille to get a turn. She did a shrug. It's only fair of me, she said. And besides, their names rhyme with my name, and your name doesn't. She wrinkled her nose, very cute. Camille and Chenille and Lucille. See? Isn't that darling? After that, Lucille gave me a pat. Don't be sad, okay? You and I can still be friends, Junie B. Just not on a regular basis. After that, she waved her fingers and she said ta-ta, and she skipped to Camille and Chenille.